Hey guys, Liquid Fire here. Thanks for joining me again tonight. So, we are back at it in Transport Fever 2. So, we finished up the first mission in the last run. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the second one.
The island of Java, tropical jewel in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously administrated by meticulous Dutch bureaucracy. The year is 1870, and the colony is undergoing a transformation. Recently, individuals have been allowed to lease farmland and manage plantations. The fertile land offers ideal conditions for exporting a multitude of colonial goods, off on the way to an exotic experience.
All right, so coffee and colonialism. I think it'll do another little description here when it starts, if I remember right.
The Dutch East Indies. Surely the most exemplary colonial empire under the sun. With luscious fruits and cheap labour in abundance. You act on behalf of the colonial administration. A gifted talent in the art of engineering, you have been appointed to modernise the local transport sector. Complete this task to the satisfaction of the Crown. If you do, even the post as governor might be in store for you. Transport is a much sought-after service on this scarcely civilised island. Eating draft animals such as oxen is punishable by law. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you to build a railroad so that the plantation business prospers. The delicious coffee is supposed to be transported from the fertile hinterlands to the facility near town for processing. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work.
Yay! I clicked one button. All right.
Build a route from the thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory where the coffee fruit is husked.
All right, so what we're looking at doing here, let's pause so it's not anything to talk here. We need to transport these beans over here to make the, to make the beans. I don't understand. I guess to be husks is what they said. So I guess we're taking the raw bean stuff, taking it over here so that it can be turned into coffee beans. So if we look ahead, we're also going to have to take those beans down here to make, I don't know what that is off the top of my head. I would assume coffee, but I don't know. Oh, it's not going to make anything. It's just something else that they need. Never mind. So sugarcane plantation will make the stuff that they need. So if we think a little ahead, we may be able to connect this with a train track around and deliver down through here. We'll see. So what I'm going to do, I need to build a train station first that's connected here. I'm going to try to build it in such a way that I can loop the track and keep on going down this way. So what I want to do is I'd really prefer it to be angled a little bit, but it's wanting to take it completely flat. And you see where it shows the white and red and all that? That's saying whether or not it's connected to the plantation there, or the factory. And the brighter the white, if you notice when we get further away, it gets a little dimmer. If I remember right, the brighter white will make it load and unload faster and just be more efficient. So right there is about as far away as I can get it. So we're going to put it here. And then we're going to build our tracks. So I can't build outside of this area yet. That's a pretty tight turn, but it'll work. So here we were talking about how when you make long stretches, it'll do things that'll cost you a ton of money. You can see how it's building the bridge, how it's building up the land real tall. If we shorten it up, it doesn't need to make as big of a change. And then you'll start at a different position here. So now you can go a long ways without it costing as much.
A depot is needed.
I guess they want me to build the depot in this area as well. So we'll do that. Let's turn it the other way. Tracks.
Purchase a complete train, including locomotive and freight cars.
Alright, so we've got a couple options here with the trains. So we've got this guy, which will do 40. He's steam, tractive power, tractive effort is 20 kilonewtons. This has got a little more traction at 25. It'll also go a little faster. And of course, it's better, so it's more expensive. And it does cost more each year to run, but having the speed is the big thing there in traction, especially when you start dealing with mountains. We don't need a passenger car, so we need either the gondola or the boxcar. If you look here, you can tell the different cargo types. So we need a boxcar. We're going to do 3 of them to start out. And now we need to run... oh, I need 4 freight cars, not 3. Sorry. Let's add 1 more boxcar.
The coffee fruit can now be brought from the plantations on its way to further processing.
So now we're going to build our line with our coffee fruit. Never knew it was called coffee fruit, but whatever. So now we'll take this train. There we go. So now we'll have it running as soon as I hit play. But looking at this and the money we have, I'm going to go ahead and build a depot here in, what city is this? In Surabaya? Whatever. I'm going to build a train depot here so that we can deliver stuff immediately. I don't know where they need it at. So if we take a look, this is the industrial building, so it should be somewhere down in here. We may need to use a truck to deliver it somewhere, but that's alright. Let's see if we can... just use a terminus. sure that I like the way it turns stuff. I have to figure out how to turn that off. So I can do this and it would turn, it would remove 2 buildings. But if you look in this area here, you can see where the sugar cane, I guess it's sugar cane is. These are the areas that are going to want the sugar cane. So if I can connect somewhere and keep those white, then we'll be delivering the sugar cane. So this is a little expensive, but we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to put our tracks in. Oh, really? I'm not allowed to build or bulldoze here? I can build the terminal, but I can't build the tracks. What in the world? Alright. Well, we'll leave it here and see if we get to build it a little bit later. Let's let this get going. We may just be at one of those points where it has to allow you to start doing it. Well, for you hunters, there's some birds. Oh, golly, went too far. There's just some birds. Just need a shotgun. Or the SSG M1. Alright, so this guy's got a full load of 16 coffee fruits. And we've got plenty more here, so we could have went with a bigger train, or we could set up 2 tracks and have 2 trains running. Plenty of options. For the moment, we're just going to let it kind of run on its own and move on to the next task. Hopefully it'll allow us to build down through here shortly. It'll probably give me some task that's going to make me tear this down and build something.
What a superb railway! It provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, the fruit quickly reaches the factory. From there, the colony's delightful coffee must be brought to the warehouses and offices in the port for export. That shouldn't be left up to the local labourers, no way. Too easygoing, too inefficient, too unreliable. Specially built stations are called for, so that the first-rate coffee makes it into town undamaged. If need be, stations that can be guarded against plundering hordes.
Okay, so we need to build a truck station here and here. Well, we don't need to build a truck station here. We need to build a delivery. I'll show you this. But we need to build the station over here. And it needs to be connected in such a way that we're able to unload from the docks, or the platforms rather. And that's going to create a problem with my train tracks, but I wonder how much of it has to be in the circle. Let's try. So we can be a long ways away. I'm going to try just to put a tiny sliver of it in it to see if I can work them tracks around it whenever I get the opportunity to. Let's see if it works. And then what we need to do is put in an unload. Oh, it's not going to let me do that? So I guess it wants me to tear that out and build it there? Is that really what it wants? Build a truck station in the highlighted areas at the factory in the commercial area of town.
Ready to go. Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local seaport anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way.
Alright, so this is screwing up my train track idea. I would delete this and use this one, but I'm concerned that if I do that, it's not going to count for the task. So I may just have to either abandon my track idea or do this and then delete it later. Alright, so we need to establish a route between the new stops and run 4 vehicles on it. So easy enough to do. We'll build a new line. We'll go from here, back here to there. And then we're going to grab us a truck station. So there's our road depot. We'll put it up here out of the way. Now we're going to buy 4 trucks. So what we got here? This is steam. This is just put on cargo. So we have no steam. We got these 2. They both carry 5. I don't guess there's any real difference. They're exactly the same, so we'll buy 4 of these. And we're going to put them on
The factory now finds itself in a laudable position by sending processed coffee into town. To experience considerable growth, its products have to reach a clientele with money to spend.
So now we just need to wait until deliveries have happened.
Oh no! Lucas, the capable engineer on your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth. Or anywhere else for that matter. Time to find a stand-in. Right away. Would one of the natives be able to meet this difficult challenge? Several locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile, certain signs are feeding horrible rumors about the indigenous tribe's diet. Thanks to your reliable deliveries, the factory is working far above par, although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee. You should weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume, because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent. One train isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a second train can use the line.
Alright, so we've got 2 things going on here. They want us to connect the lines here so we can have 2 trains pass each other. I prefer to use a double track, but yeah, for this that'll work. And we have this bonus task where they want us to build a test track around this mountain so that the guys can practice. So let's do that one first. Whoa, no, go away. 2 small stations, and a depot. Alright, so we need a station. Didn't realize that to begin with, or I'd have built the station first. Instead, I freaking built the track. That's alright. What I'll do is I will just build this station here and just attach some track to it. It's a waste of money, but it'll work. And then I'll build another one over here. Not the way I should have done it. That's all. Alright, so build a test track with 2 small stations and a depot. So let's build our depot now.
The correct way to drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you. Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals.
He got 8. Alright, so we need to buy a locomotive and have it driven for 1,500 meters. So we're going to buy a locomotive. Why can we not buy a locomotive? Oh, gotta hit add first. So we need to now build the line. So we're going to do a new line. Now I want to just keep it going in a circle just for fun. So, well, where's my... Oh, this will work. Oh, I can't do them. Okay. Well, I guess they'll just drive back and forth then. I was just going to put in a waypoint so they would just go around and around and around, but... Alright, so that'll have that going. Now we need to put in our tracks between these.
The trains should wait for each other on the passing siding. This requires placing signals. If the plant is to be used to its fullest capacity, another complete train is needed. Wherever coffee production thrives, business and prosperity flourish too. Thanks to the railroad, the port town of Surabaya has become a lively trading centre for countless goods and services. All kinds of people from all corners of the island want to do profitable business here. And that's why the Colonial administration has commissioned you with setting up a passenger line from Semarang to Surabaya. Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in eastern Java.
Alright, so we haven't even started running anything yet, so we're still paused and just moving right through all the missions. So we need to connect the towns with the railway. Now, when you're looking at goods, obviously the well, I won't say obviously, but the further they travel, the more money you make. The quicker they travel, the better. When you're dealing with passengers, it really needs to be as quick as possible to get from point A to point B. So what we want to look at here is it going to be something where we can run through this section and kind of go like straight across here, or do we need to run around this? So looking at the topography, this is relatively flat. There's a little bit of a, one gradient here, a little bit down through here, so nothing that's really bad. So I think we can just go straight across and just run a line from here to here. And if we do things right, we should be able to connect this with a train station and drop it off in here as well. So let's get our cargo station built. I'm not sure that I like this snapping thing. I would prefer to be able to turn it a little bit. We're going to try it and see what happens. Because I would rather have this going out this direction instead of in a straight line, but whatever. Yes, I don't like that. I may have to Google how to turn that off. I mean, it's not a huge issue or anything. At least not right now, but it could become one.
The railroad has been completed. Curiosity runs high. Time will tell if passenger transportation really is a venture that's worthwhile.
So let's build our terminal. I'm going to build it over here. I'm going to build it in the middle. Actually, I'm going to build it like this.
A formidable enterprise like yours calls for a suitably first-rate branch office. After all, you're not just anybody.
Well, we got another one here, so let's accept this.
Build a prestigious residence that is unrivaled on the whole island.
Okay, so we're going to build a headquarters. I don't remember how you do it.
Build a prestige.
So there's the streets, there's the buildings, there's the waypoints. There we go. We'll build our headquarters right here. Let's overlooking this little lake.
A truly attractive estate, but a veritable plague is spoiling all the fun. Snakes have occupied the building. Rumor has it that a wise old woman knows how you can rid yourself of the snakes in your walls. She's supposed to be in Surabaya.
So we're knocking out all these missions and we still haven't even started the trains or anything moving. So let's go ahead and
The old woman says she doesn't know a thing, but you should try your luck with her cousin in Semarang, who has a knack for the art of snake charming.
So we're just
The snake
clicking on all the
charmer
push
declared that you've probably angered the mighty snake goddess with your projects. The snake priestess of Mount Merapi is the only one who could remedy the situation. The priestess has spoken. The only way she is willing to call off her children is if you make a sacrifice to the great snake goddess. Coffee, the priestess prophesied, will be the sure thing to appease the goddess.
All right. So, to complete this mission, we need to run coffee up here, so we're going to build a road. We've still got this other stuff to do, but I always look at these bonus tasks with the highest priority, because they're usually time-bound. So I tend to stop and take care of them first. This has the coffee we need, so we'll build or buy a truck to haul coffee. I don't know how much coffee we're going to deliver, but we'll buy one. And then we'll make a path from here. Oh, I guess I'm going to build another. So this is the unload that I was talking about I was going to use earlier. So instead of building an entire building, you can just pop one of these in to deliver stuff. So we'll now build our routes from here to here. Truck. Alright, so that'll deliver the coffee beans to the priestess or whatever. Alright, now we're going to connect our tracks here. This will allow me to go either way with the train. And we need to build a passenger line from Semarang to Sarabia, whatever it was called, I don't remember the name. So let's build this. Train. And I guess we'll do a couple cars, see if that's enough. And then we'll assign it to that line. Alright, so we've got our two trains up here that are good to go. We've done everything we need to do here, so I could take this out. I'd have to change my lines to this one, because when I delete this, it'll break. Oh, that's probably not worth it. We'll just let it go, it'll be fine. I need to build some tracks. So I'm going to set more tracks along this. And then I'm going to build a cargo platform. What this is going to allow me to do is deliver the sugar cane over here. Now I'll have to take the tracks and connect them. Why is it not possible? All I'm trying to do is connect. There we go. Now I'll have to put a signal. That'll stop them from going out when the other's coming. We'll put a bypass somewhere here in the middle. Let's do it right. Let's do it right here. So we'll just pop out to the parallel. Go a little ways. And then join back in. Just needs to be long enough to cover the length of the train. And these aren't going to be very long trains, so that should work. Now we'll come up here. We'll build us a cargo terminal. So that's connecting to that. Now we'll just build our tracks. Connect them into the same line. And put in our signal. And again, what we're doing is we're just stopping them from running out on the same track. And now we need to go buy a train that can carry the sugar cane. And that needs to be a gondola. So we'll put 4 of those on there. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, I guess we're jumping too far ahead for it. It won't let me do it. Well, we have it built. If it ever lets me do it, then we can do that. So let's turn everything back on and let it run. So we've got a bunch of missions going on at the same time now. We've got these training guys going around in a circle for no reason. We've got our 2 trains over here that are running, bringing all the coffee fruit over. The fruit's being turned into beans. The beans are going to be delivered from here into the town.
Good news. The locomotive engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages, he was having the time of his life in the virgin forest. Naturally, you can't tolerate misconduct like that, and regretfully have to fire the good man.
Oh, well. Alright, so we're waiting to deliver coffee beans up here to the snake goddess. We've got some stuff here, hopefully for her. And we're transporting people. Let's see. We don't have anybody yet. Don't see anybody on the passenger terminal here. Anybody? Oh, now we got somebody waiting. Alright, so it's just taking time to build up. So these guys are taking full loads, it looks like, every time. So we'll see how many he picks up on the way back. We've got a ton here, so we can start carrying a lot more than what we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to add more cars to the train.
What a godsend. Your stylish residence is pleasantly snake-free again.
Alright, so we saved the snakes. And we've transported all of 2 people. Alright, so these are going to start loading up with more goods. So we've filled this one all the way up. Now they will run a little bit slower when they're full, so I've got to keep that in mind. And I need to make sure I don't get longer than this little interchanges. You can see we can go a lot bigger. And we've got a lot more here, so we're going to. So go ahead and add more and another train. And that second engine will help it go faster, especially with a full load. Do the same thing here. And oh shoot, wrong thing. Boxcars and another engine. Make sure I didn't add boxcars on that one. Alright. And as far as I know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have the engines in the front or the rear, or both split like these. I don't remember it making a bit of difference, but I could be wrong. So something else we can do here is this station's pretty small, so if we configure it and add more cargo spaces, they can actually hold more stuff. So I can take this, for example, and I can buy, let's buy, say, 8 more. Now I've got the one line going over here to the bean lady, which we don't need to really do anymore. I assume they're still making money, but we can now take these additional cars and have a second line coming down here. So what I'm going to do is build the new line from here to here. And I'm going to have it be on a different slat so that they're not stacking on top of each other. Right now the red and the teal are on the same. So if I take this lower one and change it to track 1, it'll stack up over here. And then you'll be able to have more vehicles moving in and out. And then I'll take these guys and we'll put 6 of them on line 2. And now, how many do we have left? We'll take these 2 and add them to the coffee truck line. And it'll take a minute for the coffee to build up, but then they'll be sharing all this coffee. And we're going to have more and more coming in. With all these trains coming in, these will continue to level up. And as you get to these higher levels, it'll create more and more coffee beans. And the more beans you make, the more beans you can deliver. The more beans you deliver, the more beans that they'll want to make. So it all feeds into each other. And I'm guessing after we complete probably transporting people, we'll be able to move on to the next task of getting the sugar cane this is a slow one, delivering the people. Now, I might be able to speed up the number of people if I were to put in some bus stations in here. So I might could set like a bus station around this area and then have a couple stations rotating around, and that may bring more people in. So while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to, what are we after? After a bus stop. Actually, I want to build a bus station here. Now we'll build some stops. One here. One here. Have one here. And we'll build our path. It'll go, doesn't really matter where from. So we're making a big circle, and we'll call this bus line. Okay, now we'll build a bus depot. No, we're not going to do transfers for the buses. Actually, I have this up here, so we'll just buy a horse-drawn carriage. But we need it for, oh, what's this? Oh, that'll work. It'll hold 4 people. Put that on the bus line. And what that should do is move more people around the city. Hopefully dropping them off here, and they'll be going over here to go to this other town. Wow, I can't turn the music down any lower. I hate not having any music, it's just too quiet. I just wish it was a little less loud. The headquarters, so this is where you can see your personal information and all that stuff. You can get to it other places too, but as your empire grows, this building will, so you got the little shanty here, and as your value increases, this will get nicer and nicer as well. Off to yourself, I guess. Alright. So we can see we're slowly making a dent on the goods here, but it's still not really enough to kind of deplete it. I don't think we're going to push it too much further. We'll take a look at the size of the train when it passes through. We might add another car, but we've got it going pretty hard right now. I think we just leveled up one of our businesses. So yeah, I could add one, maybe 2 more cars. So we'll add 1 more to each.
Uh-oh, it's rumbling in the island's interior. The mighty volcano Merapi threatens to erupt. A phenomenon like this wasn't reckoned with while planning the route. The natives claim that someone has probably angered one of their gods. Whatever the case, if the precious coffee fruit is supposed to be transported by rail in the future too, then it's imperative that something be done. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure if it's not supposed to be buried under ashes and lava.
Oh, well, that's great. Where I built my headquarters, there's going to be a giant eruption. Send the trains to the depot and remove... pauses. Send the trains to the depot and remove the stop at the coffee plantation from the route. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure. It's not supposed to be buried in ashes. Alright, so we'll return to depot. Where's that? Is it this button? Yep, send the depot. Where's the other tray? It's right here. Return to depot. Did I do all the steps on this one? Alright, so those are both set to return to depot, and we need to remove the stop.
To enable coffee production to continue making progress in future, the route ought to be relocated to an area where it can be assumed that the expected eruptions will leave it intact.
So I guess I need to build around through here. Alright. We'll just build another terminal here. Run our tracks around. I want to try to keep this, so I'm going to take it to the edge here. Take these two trains and put them on the new path. Alright. So it may take them a few minutes to get into the correct positions, but they should start following the new path. Go ahead and take all this stuff. Yes.
The danger has been averted. Transport can be resumed. What's more, the volcano is showing signs of calming down again. The fertile island has a lot more to offer than coffee. The widow of a friendly grower, may the poor devil rest in peace, has been planting sugarcane lately. Make the lady happy by providing her with your services.
Alright, so we are now going to be doing this.
The sugar must be transported to town. From there it is shipped and then served when continental Europeans get together for coffee.
Well, let's see if we can buy our gondolas now. Yeah, we can. Okay, and we'll go to... Did we ever build the line? I don't think we did we? So here we can choose the passenger line or the cargo line. So we're going to add it to the cargo line. And now we'll take that train we just built and run it like that. So now the second train will come out, go up and grab our sugar cane, bring it back and deliver it here on the cargo platform. Yet, so let it go. Coffee, fruit. So as soon as one of these trains gets, now that'll complete that. So we have extra cars that we don't really need one, but that'll be fine. So there's our coffee fruit getting unloaded.
Traffic is flowing full steam ahead. The plantation business is developing magnificently. In light of all this success, the incumbent governor is thinking of moving back to his Dutch homeland in good time. Thanks to your outstanding work, you have a good chance of inheriting his post.
Alright, so we got the digestive driver, the mysterious monuments, but didn't finish new lines of business. So we're going to continue playing. And the new lines of business is just delivering the sugar. So we're going to let it go on and see if it'll give us credit for that or not. We could have slowed down the delivery up here to make sure we got this delivery before it finished.
The sugar rattles toward town quickly by train. What a pleasure.
But we're good now. So that's it. I don't remember what this mission was called off the top of my head. Coffee and Colonialism. So we're done. Took us right about an hour, but yeah. All right. Well, that's it. There's no point in letting us run on. We're not looking to build up our money real high or anything. Just wanted to go through, knock out the mission, and move on. So we're done for the night. All right, guys. I appreciate you joining in. Again, if you like it, please do the like and subscribe. I tried to kind of explain a little more as we got into some of the different pieces on this one. So, yeah. All right. Y'all have a great night. God bless and happy transporting.